Hey guys, Smartsinger here, bringing you Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle video, and so we were waiting for some EZA news today. We were waiting for, hopefully, Vegeta and Trunks and INT Fusion Zamasu, what with them being featured on the new banners and being the highly anticipated EZAs. And it seems like we have gotten details for just the INT Fusion Zamasu. This is obviously on the JP Twitter. They've posted INT Fusion Zamasu EZA details. However, no details for the Vegeta and Trunks, which is interesting because I think out of the two, I would have probably assumed that if we were only going to get one, it would have been Vegeta and Trunks, especially with the Goku and Vegeta having that part of their passive, with the Vegeta side supporting like characters whose name includes Trunks. So I don't know whether this is just Dokkan having a bit of a communication issue, because not only has this been posted, like we've only got the Fusion Zamasu, this is on JP. If we take a look at the global Twitter, there is nothing to be seen in terms of the EZA details. So it's been a while since we've had the global Dokkan like intern memes. I think ever since, well, what, this whole year, like with the 10th anniversary onwards, they have actually been consistently posting the stuff at the same time. Because it was a big meme after the sync, right, that Global wasn't posting the EZA details, but JP still was. To the point where, like, if we look at the actual tweet of the EZA details, I'm pretty sure one of the top comments is someone saying, will this be coming to Global? Because, yeah, they haven't tweeted it out. And, like, I guess if you're a newer player and you're not super aware of how the sync happened and what the game was like before that and things like that, you probably would be confused that Global hasn't tweeted this out at all. But fortunately, after all the memes and people tagging him and Minato being like, no, I've retired, Minato has indeed come to our rescue with translations for the INT Fusion Zamasu. So shout out to Minato, go give him a follow over on Twitter, one of my fellow co-hosts of the Slot 1 Super Podcast. We do appreciate our boy. So let's go ahead and we'll go into the zoomed in view here. And let's take a look at INT LR Fusion Zamasu. So leader skill is now Worldwide Chaos or Patara 4 key, HP attack and defense 170. So for people who didn't pull the new Rose, if you only have like older units, obviously this guy could now be a leader for the free-to-play like Rose clones team, which is cool. His 12 key super, greatly raise attack for 1 turn, massively raise defense for 1 turn, colossal damage to the enemy and lowers attack, which is pretty good. And then his 18 key super is massively raise attack for 1 turn, greatly raise defense for 1 turn, cause mega colossal damage to the enemy and greatly lower attack. So if this is correct, which I mean, I assume I'm not going to doubt Minato's translations, but 12 key massively raised defense is insane because that's 100% raise. And he has in his passive, I know already, multiple additionals. So this guy's post super defense is going to be insane. So his passive, he has the entrance animation when there's a Patara category ally on the team. For 1 turn, he gets 1 key per key sphere obtained and changes 1 extra key, obviously, per key sphere obtained, and changes tech type key spheres to rainbow for 5 turns. So this obviously, it means it only activates once, but it's for 5 turns. Then his base effect is key 1 per key sphere obtained. So that means for those 5 turns, he actually has 2 extra key per key sphere obtained. Then he randomly changes key spheres of a certain type other than tech and int to int. So he's making int orbs and rainbow orbs for the first 5 turns, which is really good. Attack and defense 200%, damage reduction 30%. Then he has when attacking with 12 or more key, attack and defense 50% and a guaranteed additional super. Then with 18 or more key, another attack and defense 50%, attacks effective against all types, and another additional super. So bear in mind, like, not only is he getting these procs, which are when attacking, which means they add on to what you see, like when you look at the team menu thing and you see his start of turn defense. Not only do these build onto that, but then these additional supers are all massively raising defense, which is ridiculous. And then he's got 30% damage reduction, which might not seem like a lot, but like his post super defense is going to be in the like millions, and then he's going to have 30% damage reduction on top, right? So that's really, really good. And then when attacking with 24 key, he gets another attack and defense 100% and a guaranteed crit. So bearing in mind, because he's creating int orbs and rainbow orbs for the first 5 turns and getting 2 extra key per key sphere, so normal orbs and rainbow orbs are giving him 3 key, int orbs are giving him 4 key, And if you get to 24, you get 200% extra attack and defense, guaranteed crit, and attacks effective against all types. So, like, he's going to be hitting like an absolute freight train, and his post-super defense is going to be so high. For every attack received or evaded, he has 10% damage reduction within the turn up to 30, and then key 1 up to 5, which is permanent. So that's really, really good, because it means if he dodges, you're still getting the buffs for him, which obviously is very good. And yeah, it's actually a pretty solid effect, like the 10%. So if he gets, basically when he dodges or receives the first attack, he gets an extra 10% damage reduction. So it goes up to 40, then 50, then 60. So actually it kind of undoes the annoyance of the meme of like when a character dodges a normal but then eats a super, because he'll be dodging a normal but then that gives him extra damage reduction. So then when he eats the super, he will tank it that little bit better. So in the best case scenario where he gets supered after he's already been hit 3 times already, he's going to have 60% damage reduction whilst also having millions of defense. So if his defense gets up to, let's say, like 4 million, with 60% damage reduction, that means he's tanking, like even like the future, even the Rose and Zamasu in the new event, they're hitting for like 7 mil. Like he's tanking their supers for double digits. Obviously, we're not talking about like when Rose's fully built up or anything crazy like that, but he's going to be tanking after supering, in the best case scenario, the toughest boss's super for double digits. And even if it's the first attack of the turn that he takes, he's still got 30% damage reduction and incredibly high defense. So that is really good. Every time he receives or evades 3 or more attacks in battle, he recovers 10% HP at the end of the turn. So that's really good as well, some free extra healing. And then when he receives an unarmed super attack, he has a great chance to nullify and counter with tremendous power. Or if you picked up 10 orbs, so it doesn't matter about the total key, because obviously he gets lots of extra key from all the orbs, but if you manage to pick up 10 actual orbs, he guaranteed nullifies and counters. So I'm not sure if there's a lot of meta end game bosses at the moment that are unarmed super attacks, but obviously if we get like a new event with a new Vegeta with the Spirit Sword, or depending on what the Part 2 units are, it's very possible that we get a new tough boss with an unarmed super, which means, yeah, with 10 key spheres, you guaranteed nullify, which means in certain situations you could get away with using him in slot 1. But obviously he gets so much extra defense on super from his passive and his super attack effects that he's not going to be ideal in slot 1. But yeah, he seems pretty good. The super attack effects really make it, right? Because if you get 18 key, you're doing 2 guaranteed additional supers. So his 18 key super already greatly raises his defense. Then you're getting the 200% buff from all of these, right? If you get 24 key. You're getting all of these buffs, you're getting 200%. Then he's doing 2 guaranteed additional supers that are both massively raised. And then, of course, you could get the hidden potential as well. And so because he can get so much key, there will be some turns, I guess, after the first 5 turns where you might not be able to get 24 key. But because 24 key gives him a guaranteed crit, 18 still gives him effective against all types. So realistically, his best build is going to be like full additional and dodge, because especially with him building up his passive even if he dodges, that means you don't really need to worry about whether he's gonna crit in the hidden potential or not, or like, you know, he needs to get hit to build up that damage reduction. He can still dodge. So yeah, additional and dodge is going to be good for this guy, because he does 2 built-in additionals already. He doesn't need like full additional, so it'll just be a mix between additional and dodge. Additional, you could probably cap it out at like maybe like 15 and you'd still probably consistently get it, and then put all the rest into dodge. So that should be pretty good. But let me know what you guys think of Fusion Zamasu's EZA down below in the comment section. I think he looks pretty damn good. He's not going to be a slot 1, but obviously with the Rose and Zamasu team, we got the STR Rose as the really, really strong slot 1 tank. So then this guy should be hitting like crazy in slot 2, especially with characters like the AGL Rose or the STR Zamasu Goku floating and giving a bunch of support. This guy should be absolutely insane. So shout out to Minato again for the translations. We love to see it. Don't know what Global is up to, but hopefully they'll post it today. If we are going to get the Vegeta and Trunks EZA, I guess it will be next week, maybe before part 2 starts, because part 2, if it's going to be somewhat GT themed, then I would imagine we're not going to get a random extra Future Saga EZA. So it's kind of annoying, kind of difficult to tell how exactly they're going to play it off. But yeah, ideally we get the Vegeta and Trunks EZA soon, because you gotta remember the year they came out, Vegeta and Trunks were the part 1 unit and this guy was the part 2 unit. So they came out before him and now he's EZAing before them. So hopefully we will see his EZA sometime soon. But let me know what you guys think of INT Zamasu. Is he good enough? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.